Our next question is from Veer Kashyap. Veer, why don't you tell us where you're from?
Morning, Prime Minister Modi and Mark. Thanks for having us here. I live in Bangalore right now, and I moved to India 8 years ago, and co-founded babajob.com because I saw a great promise to be able to impact India's digital revolution and enable millions of people throughout the country to get better jobs using the internet. I always felt like, much like governments in the past have had to invest in physical infrastructure, like building roads and railroads, in this day and age, I feel like governments, one of the main roles they should be playing is to invest in the digital infrastructure, which will allow its citizens to get connected and be able to be productive citizens of the global society. So, Prime Minister, my question to you is, what investments is your government going to make to enable the next 800 to 1 billion people in India to get connected?
वीर, मैं आपका बहुत आभारी हूं कि आपने
Thank you very much, Veer,
भारत आकर के
for coming
बजवाने के लिए
to India and trying to making it in India.
वीर से प्रेरणा लेकर के
I think,
यहाँ के और भी
I hope more people will be inspired by Veer to come to India.
ये बात भारत ने दो
It's true
बातों पर
that that in India we'll have to focus on two things equally.
फिजिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर
One, of course, is the physical infrastructure.
नहीं सकते क्योंकि
That's something that is something we really will have to do because that's a requirement in our country.
डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर
And the other is the digital infrastructure.
पहले ये काम करूं फिर दूसरा करूं
I
फिर
think there's no point in saying that, first I'll do this and then I'll do this next thing and then I'll do the next thing. And we'll waste a lot of time in doing that. We need to approach and tackle all of these simultaneously.
आज के 21
My conviction really is that now in the 21st century,
उतना ही
we see that the importance that highways have had is, the same kind of importance is going to be that for highways.
भारत में 600,000
In India, we have 600,000 villages.
नंबर ही इतना बड़ा है कि
That's such a huge
लोगों को वहीं से डर
number that people just get scared listening to that number.
और करीब 2.5 लाख पंचायतें
And we have about 250 local governments,
कोशिश है
local bodies.
कि नेक्स्ट 5 ईयर में
And what I hope is that in the next 5 years, we will be able to link all these villages through a optical fiber network.
जो लोग भारत से परिचित हैं और
All those of you who are familiar with India, and in fact, if you look all over the world, you'll see that civilizations have generally tended to develop, and they've settled along rivers. We've had cities coming up along rivers, but times have changed now.
शहर वहाँ बसने लगे
Cities then shifted to highways. And I think in the future, we will find that cities are going to be situated along networks of optical fibers. And that's something that we need to keep in mind. We need to keep this in mind for the future.
टेक्नोलॉजी को बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में
So in our system of governance, we are placing a lot of priority on technology.
इफेक्टिव गवर्नेंस करना है
It's important for us to have effective governance, to have easy governance
गवर्नेंस
and economic governance. And I think for all these things, technology is very important. So it's a compulsion for me and for my government that we have
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बल हो
a proper digital infrastructure. And as far as the funding is concerned,
दुनिया में पैसों की
I don't think there is really any lack of funds, of capital in the world. There are many countries who don't even know where to invest their money. So I'm giving them the address. Here's the place.